Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wolak. We're here each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. And we are here to explore life. That's all we're here to do, is to explore life, to find a better way to be in life, to find a way that nourishes our soul, that lifts our minds, our hearts, our very being. And the thing that I want to talk about today is this idea of freedom. And what freedom is, it's a choice. It's a choice to not let anything or anyone stop us from being and becoming our most authentic self. And you say, well, Lee, that's easy. And I said, no, it's not easy, because we've been brought up to be people pleasers, haven't we? And when we become people pleasers, hey, my staff meeting is delayed. Well, Heather, I'm glad you're with us, and forget the staff meeting. You can be talking with us. And here's a key thing. We don't think we're people pleasers, but we are. We stop becoming something so that we can be a part of something. That could be a group that we're involved in, and we don't want to become more. We want to hold ourselves back, because if we do, we won't fit in with the group. It could be a relationship. It could be with the family. It could be everyone, anyone, anything. And that stops us from being our most high, authentic self, the one that we can imagine the most. And you see, that's prison. Because I'm going to tell you that the universe, there are no voids in the universe. So if you become more and something falls away, something must come in and replace it. And that something that comes in and replaces it is more of a vibrational match to who you are. And isn't that what you want in your life? You want to be with people who are more of a vibrational match to you, that are at that level of awareness. It's not better. It's not less than, it's not more than, it's just you're looking for people, or you're attracting people that are of the same type of frequency that you are. Yes, Scarlett, it's not easy. It's not easy to stop being a people pleaser, because the second you came out of your mother's womb, your mom and dad were domesticating you. They were conditioning you just like a dog to please them. I hate to say it. I know it wasn't their conscious intention, but it's what they were taught. They were taught. Well, I don't know if it's the ego or the soul when I vibrate higher. I believe that the soul has an innate desire to experience more of itself, to become more aware of itself. And here's the key thing. It's you don't lose everyone in your life. You may lose people around you, but others will come in. At least that's been my experience. So the soul, let me just be really clear about this. The soul doesn't need anything. The ego needs things. The soul already is perfectly complete, just as it is. There's an innate desire within us to be more. And to be more is just to be more aware. To be aware that the soul is already everything we need. In that moment, the soul is everything that we need. How can I deal with argumentative people at work? If I argue, then I'm being unauthentic. But if I don't argue, then I can't get my job done. That's an interesting concept. I guess I'd have to know a lot more about it. But you should never have to argue. Ever have to argue. Arguing means trying to change someone. You can't change anyone. Here's what I do. I present my point of view. If someone else presents their point of view, I listen, but I don't try to change it. But if there's something else I can offer that gives a clarity to what my point of view is, I offer that. But I never argue. Argument is, here's what happens. When you're arguing, You're only trying to convince yourself. I know that's a tough one, isn't it? I don't know why you'd have to be in a job that you had to argue. Even if you were a lawyer, you wouldn't really argue. You would just be presenting your point of view, how you see the facts. And remember this, everything is a perception, isn't it? Everything is a perception. There's no truth out there. It's all facts that we perceive one way or the other, or infinite ways. So why are we arguing perceptions? That's a funny thing when you think about it. We're arguing our perception. You're not going to change anybody. Get over it. That's the ego playing this thing. I'm going to be right. And guess what happens? Anytime you go with this I'm going to be right stuff, wow, it just doesn't happen. It's so friggin' funny. It's amazing. Here's another thing. You don't have to talk all the time. And you're saying, what's he talking about? He talks all the time. Yes, I do, at least when you see me. But there's so much in my life that you're not aware of where I am very, very quiet. I don't feel a need to talk. Yesterday, after I got done doing the stuff that I do, like with this, I felt no need to talk. When my partner came home last night, I felt no need to talk. Even when my granddaughter was on FaceTime, I did a little bit of talking, but I just wasn't in the mood to talk. And I just enjoyed watching her be a 3-year-old. I didn't feel a need to people please her. I didn't feel a need to people please my partner. I don't feel a need to explain myself. I may choose to, but I don't have a need to explain me being authentic. And I know I'm going against the grain when I say, well, you got to tell people where you are. Well, here's what I've come to understand is that when you love someone, the true test of it is, can you be quiet with them? And then can they be quiet with you without explanation? It's a good something to explore, isn't it? It's a good something to explore. Can you be still with someone? Normally, when someone's trying to argue, Tony, it has a lot to do with the fact that they have a lot of fear going on. And so with the fear going on, they feel this need to defend themselves because of the fear that they feel inside. And generally, fear is a result of the idea. Fear is a result of the idea that I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. Who am I to have this? Who am I to be in this job? Just about everything comes from that aspect. When you think about when relationships are struggling back and forth, what's going on? Well, it's fear. We tend to bring back all the fears from our prior relationships and everything like that into the current one. And we're living from those fears when we have absolutely no reason to be in fear whatsoever. And when fear comes in, my God, oh yeah, Kai, there's a huge difference between being quiet and silent treatment. You want to know why I know that, Kai? Because I used to be the master of silent treatment. Silent treatment means I'm going to get at you. I'm just going to be quiet and it's going to drive you friggin' nuts. I'm going to be that silent guy. I'm not going to acknowledge you. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I was a master at that. I didn't argue. My kids knew when I was mad, I was silent. But you see, there's a difference between silent and being quiet. When I'm quiet, I'm not doing it for a reason. I'm not doing it because I want to get someone to see my point of view. I'm not doing it for that at all. I'm not trying to get them to punish them, to make them feel uncomfortable. I'm doing it because it's my natural state. There's a big difference. Michelle goes, does compartmentalize help in relationships? It can. It can help an awful lot. I mean, separate your job from your relationship. Separate other friendships from your relationship. You know, that's really important. That's really important to separate from there. But don't repress. Because if you repress something, you're just burying it within, and at some point, that's got to come out. That's got to come out. There's a difference, Sandra, between someone pointing a gun at you. That's a matter of life. And then you've got there's a natural response to that type of fear. That's the fear about being alive. Would that go against authenticity? Being silent? Is that what you're saying, L4A? Being silent, if I'm in a mood to be silent, that's being authentic. I think not. It's disrespectful and say you don't care about the situation. I'm not sure of the total context of your response there. Not sure of your response there, so I'm not going to go any further with it there. I love the fact that you all are commenting. I love the fact that you're bringing engagement into this, because this makes it fun. It makes it fun for me. Compartmentalization, I separate parts of my life. I separate being a minister from being a husband. I separate being a husband from being a dad. I separate being a dad separate from being a grandfather. I separate being a friend from being a minister, from being a father, from being all those things. And I'm always authentic in that relationship. You see, relationships, no matter what they are for the purpose of supporting and growing, supporting and growing. That's what relationship there. And each relationship supports you and grows you differently. That's the beauty of having many relationships, because you can grow so much more. So what I want to share with you is that we've been doing some great talking. You hear me talk every day. I'm going to invite you to a workshop. If you haven't signed up, sign up. It's tomorrow, I think, at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. It's free. I'm going to talk about what are values, and from values, how do you get your purpose? I want to give you the background into why I say that values are the most essential thing that we learn about ourselves in order to move greater in awareness. So if you want to be a part of this workshop, go to agapespiritualcenter.com, AGAPE, spiritualcenter.com. Click on the calendar, look at Saturday. You'll see the Discover Your Purpose workshop and sign up. Yeah, everything is one, but the ego doesn't know that. The ego forgets that. And the ego will always take us out of that connectedness. Our job is to bring it back. And that requires habits that we choose to create. So, hey, thank you for being with me today. Thank you for sharing this journey. And I'd love to see you tomorrow morning. I'd love to have you join me in meditation at 7 a.m. sometime. That would be great too. And we got a workshop tomorrow. So if you're interested, agapespiritualcenter.com, calendar, click on it, register, you'll get a Zoom link. Everybody, I love you. So go create your most magnificent day, because it is your day. Until next time, aloha.